Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your weekly reading for October 12 through 18. We're going to open up the energy of the reading today with the squirrel spirit. It says, believe in yourself. Look at that. Look at that squirrel. I like these cards. Awesome cards. Squirrel spirit. Believe in ourselves, right? Have the, we may be small, but we are fast, and resourceful. So I think that this is really good energy to start with. Let's see what's happening in the tarot, okay? Let's see what energies are approaching us for this coming week and how we can navigate some of these things that we're doing. Maybe we are that squirrel sort of preparing for the winter, getting our harvest sort of stowed away. And, let's see. Well, we've got a 6 of Wands. That's a good place to start, too. We have a Hanged Man, Knight of Cups, 3 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands, okay? Yeah, so I feel like there's still this very active energy for you. I feel like it's a week of, both celebrating the wins, but then realizing that, we have more work to do, okay? It's not over yet. We have a 4 of Swords. I wonder if we're going to get the 5 of Swords. Here's an Ace of Pentacles. We have the Star. Yes, that is your superpower card. I think that's a very good sign. And finally, we have a Page of Pentacles. So this, I think that the squirrel is really good energy right now because the squirrel is like, trying to save up. I think that we're understanding the resources that we have and how to manage those resources. I think that's really good energy too. Believing in ourselves, believing that we can accomplish the goals that we're after right now, even if it feels like the odds might be against you, even if it feels like you have to sort of push and deal with this maybe 5 of Wands competitive kind of energy, believing in yourself that you got what it takes, Let's select our mystery card, and then we will get into these details. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the Factor Infinite and Unknown. We're going to set this down right here with Alien Simon Morg Ripley right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation we need. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card is, put your prediction in the comments down beneath the video. All right. Now, as we look around the room here, we see major, okay? 2 major cards. We got fire and fire. We have a little bit of water, okay? Air, and air. And we got a couple of earth cards too, okay? I think the water is going to be really important because it is, it is limited to just this one card, okay? 6 of Wands, victory. This is recognition for a win. This is saying that the little squirrel did it, succeeded. You accomplished something. And I feel like there's recognition for that. I feel like this is, like your efforts are paying off. Other people are noticing. And your confidence is growing. Right? You're allowing yourself to accept praise without shrinking back from it. You're taking the win and you're saying, yeah, I did it. Yeah, I did it. The squirrel, you believe in yourself. And when, and maybe, before this win, maybe you didn't really believe in yourself. That's the 3 of Swords back there. We don't always have the confidence, but we do it. We try anyway, right? And I think that you're accomplishing something significant this week that's going to boost your self-esteem. It's going to boost your confidence. And you're allowing yourself to accept the praise and the recognition. Give yourself credit. Allow yourself to take the credit, right? It's a time to celebrate your progress. Even the small wins. We see the squirrels out in our yard, and every time they dig up a little acorn or a walnut, they're just so happy, and we're so happy, like, you did it, Celebrate those little things. Allow ourselves to feel good about the accomplishments that we have. And sometimes I'll say, like, Make a list of all the things that you want to do in a day. Let's say step 1, wake up. Kind of seems silly, but you check that off your list, that's going to feel pretty good. Drink water. Okay, check that off my list. Feels good. Now I'm getting stuff done. The more things you check off your list, the more you sort of increase in this, you're recognizing your capabilities. Okay, so this is really a good time for you to celebrate all of your progress, the small wins. Set yourself up for the win every single day, right? So that we sort of we start growing in our stature a little bit. I feel like you have a determination that is inspiring. Still, I can't help think that little squirrel. And those determined squirrels, especially when it starts to snow and, I feel like other people are noticing, and I feel like people are inspired by you. I feel like you have an opportunity for leadership this week. I feel like you're sharing your success, and you're remembering those that supported you and helped you. But you're definitely taking credit for the win, okay? And I think that this is the moment that you've been waiting for. I think that the Three of Swords back there is kind of like, almost like we got kind of close to giving up on something. Okay, I think you've been waiting a long time for this win, and it's finally here. You got this Hanged Man, okay? And this is the feeling like things have been on hold, that things have been paused, okay? I feel like you used this time to look at everything from new angles, get the different perspective, I feel like, in a way, this was you, like, letting go of control and allowing things to unfold naturally. It's like you put in all the effort that you could. You said the rest is up to Spirit. Let go and let God. All you can do is your very best. And then really, it's not up to you after that. It's up to other people. It's up to the universe. It's up to the world. So this is a card of letting go of control and allowing things to unfold. I think this is also realizing that what's felt like a sacrifice is now being realized. You're realizing that it was a very sacred sacrifice, that it was worth the sacrifice. It was worth the effort. You're surrendering. Well, I think you're surrendering to that win, for one thing. But I feel like this was almost the expectation, almost the resignation that it's not going to happen. I feel like this is the moment you've been waiting for. I feel like it's finally here. And I think that this has been a long path for you. I think there's been a lot of suffering and sacrifice, and that win is finally coming in. I feel like this was you really being patient. This is kind of like you did everything you could, and then it's just like hands off, and you just got to wait for the outcome, So I feel like you released the need for quick results, and you maintained your patience and this kind of hands-off attitude. And I think that the transformation is here. I think that the win is yours. I think it's a blessing. I think that you've earned it. I think that I think it's been a long time coming, and I think it really is going to change a lot of things for you. I think it's going to change how you feel about yourself and how you believe in yourself. But I think it's going to change the circumstances of your life too. Whatever that win is, it could be at work, at home, at school, doesn't matter. Okay? What matters is that you didn't give up on it, and you didn't quit, you didn't throw in the towel, you didn't turn around and go home. You stuck with it, and it's paying off. Now, you have this Knight of Cups under the surface, and this is a card of really of like emotional stability and calm leadership. Right now, you have an opportunity to lead others and guide others with your wisdom and your compassion and your empathy. I think you're very supportive of the people around you. I feel that you handle your emotions very well. And that Hanged Man is kind of like that was the emotional, test for you. As you waited for this outcome or this win to arrive, I think a lot of you are accomplishing something really big is here for you this week. And I think that you sort of, you proved something to yourself. I think this is you now with the trophy. And I think that it gives you a really, it gives you a really strong sense of your self-worth. Yeah, I think you are leading now with your heart and your presence. There's this feeling of like you belong where you are now. I feel like a lot of you, this is going to be a step into some kind of a leadership thing, or it's giving you the confidence to begin new things, or to even look into the future and think, I can do anything, really. This is the win that really makes you believe in yourself and believe in your future. The Knight of Cups, to me, is looking at the future and seeing how this is going to unfold and liking the way it feels. Looking at this Ace of Cups and thinking, if I start this, it's going to turn into a 10 of Cups. Oh, that would be nice. And so I feel like this is really that kind of empowerment where it's just like, I can do anything now. Because you have that heart, you have that presence. I think it's going to be a good week for recognizing your value and your capabilities and coming to believe in yourself more and more. And not only believing in yourself, but believing in your long-term emotional goals, right? The Knight of Cups looking at the 10 of Cups, which is that dream come true. So you're kind of like the Knight of Cups is looking at the Ace of Cups, which is the dream, and thinking, this dream can really, this can work. This can come true. Like that's a really intense moment or realization, right? But the Three of Swords, this is the heartache, this is the disappointment, this is the sorrow, This is the painful sort of separation of things. And I feel like this was a time where you didn't really believe in yourself. Okay. This was a time where maybe your mind was poking holes in your heart, was kind of, your mind was killing your dream. Okay. And so I think that this was, maybe low self-esteem or a lack of belief. Yeah. And it could be from past disappointments, past heartaches. But usually the Three of Swords is something that we believe or we experience or we feel now that was created a long time ago. Okay? So it's something that happens when we're kids, or it's like some kind of trauma or some kind of an event from our history that has created some kind of complex in us now. And so I think for you to get this win this week, no matter how great or how small, whatever the win is this week, I think it really shows that like you've come a long way in your life. That you've overcome a lot. Okay. I feel like for some of you there is definite, there's a victory here in something that's been causing you a lot of grief. Okay, and it could be really there's a very victorious ending to something that's been a long battle or a long struggle. Okay, and there's this healing energy that's sort of happening now. It may have to do with a relationship or a family thing. It could be some kind of a legal battle or something like that. It's something that really was emotionally arduous. And it's being decided in your favor. You did everything that you could to try to get the win, and it's coming down on your side of the table, okay? So that to me is a very, very good thing. The Five of Swords, I feel like this is that kind of competition energy. It's the conflict. It's really you struggling and striving for that win. And this is you, I think, choosing your battle. I think this is you realizing that, that this was a battle worth fighting. Whether, whatever the case was, whatever the issue is here. Okay. I think that you're a very honest person. I think that you're very humble. But I feel that this is a win that, it's okay for you to be proud of that win. Usually this is a card that's saying, look, we don't want to just be in our ego, and we don't want to get involved in conflicts, and it's just, even if you win, it's going to feel kind of empty. No, I feel like this is a win that really was worth the fight. It was worth the argument, I think that you refused to be defeated somewhere. And that's a very strong feeling. I think our little squirrel here refused to be defeated by winter. And I like that. I think this is I'm getting a little misty-eyed. This just feels really nice. Okay, it feels like we've been hoping for something like this. I feel like it's been a long time coming. Maybe it's just been a long period of not so many wins. So it's just nice to win one. Yeah, I think it's really nice to win one. And now with the 5 of Wands, I feel like you're going to go out and try to win another one. Like you're not done yet, So this is you bringing an intense, confidence into another competition, perhaps, another battle. And it may be the realization that, okay, we won the battle, but the larger fight is not over. Okay. It could be the realization that, there's still more to do. Okay. I think that whatever is going on in your life right now really did test your patience. And that Hanged Man was just like trying to be patient, trying not to meddle with something. You got something in the oven, you just let it cook. Hands off, like you did everything that you could. And I think that this energy now is saying, like, once you get that win, then you can sort of re-engage and you can push more, and you can, then you can be active and do more for this or with this energy or whatever the case is. Okay. So that's kind of what this energy is about. It's just like you put in the effort and then you had to wait for the results. Now that the results are in, you realize that there's another step that needs to be taken. There's more work that needs to be done. I feel like you're looking at challenges as opportunities. Okay. I feel like your skills are being sharpened here, and you're not shying away from challenges. Okay. You're focusing your energy on struggles that matter. Okay, you're channeling your fiery energy now into very healthy outlets. Okay, this could even be you getting involved in a sport or a new hobby or some kind of competitive game or, something along those lines. But it seems like it's a very healthy outlet for your competitive energy. We may be talking about work stuff. It may be your personal life. I'm not really sure, but I feel like the confidence now is that we got from this win is allowing you to explore other ideas, other options of where you might want to put in effort. Well, we have that Page of Pentacles up there that's looking for more opportunities, looking for new places where we can challenge ourselves. Yeah. Now, I want you to hit the like button if you haven't yet. Before we move over to the Path of the Serpent, I want to do one manifestation card for you. Okay, then we'll talk about the rest of the cards that we have over here. Oh, there's the one. There's the two. We have the Guardian Armor and the Evolving Process. Well, that's pretty interesting. I like that. The Guardian Armor, it says, create healthy boundaries and guard against doubt and fear. I hold my sacred space. Yeah, I believe that is wonderful. I feel like that's kind of like your, a way both of the fives, kind of like defending your energy a little bit, having that Guardian Armor. And the Evolving Process. Know that you will find all the pieces you need as you go along. I embrace uncertainty. I think those are wonderful energies for our little squirrel, right? Embracing uncertainty, not being afraid to go forward and have to push, have to put in effort, have to fight, have to have to challenge ourselves. But also we have a Four of Swords. This is rest and recovery. So, with all, and it might even be like you get this win, you got to rest, you got to step back from the conflict, restore your energy, meditate, reflect, calm your energy down. It's a pause before the next chapter, So use this wisely. This is stillness that's going to help you regain your strength. Because, it seems like there's another battle that's coming maybe next week, or maybe like as part of this week's energy. And this Four of Swords has to kind of go right in between these cards right here and say, okay, you're winning one. Reflect on that win. Allow yourself to absorb all of that good energy, regain your strength, clear your mind, and then it's right back to pushing again. Okay, and fighting doesn't necessarily mean it's against other people or anything like that. I think it means like pushing forward, pushing into life. Putting effort into something. This could be about your work and your career, your finances. It could be about your creative projects or, anything like that. It's kind of like you took a chance on yourself and you pushed, you put in effort. It worked. That feels good. And now we're saying, okay, I need to take another step and I need to push in somewhere else. This is a new opportunity, the Ace of Pentacles. New opportunity for some kind of material growth might be appearing for some of you. And we're kind of looking at that and saying, well, I guess I got to put my boots back on. Yeah. This is a seed of prosperity that now you feel very confident. You believe, the squirrel, right, believes in itself. It's going to plant this seed. And this seed is going to turn into abundance come wintertime. This is, the small, steady steps that are leading you to that long-term security and satisfaction, the long-term harvest. And so I think the Five of Wands is really you like seeing this next step and thinking, okay, I've got to put my boots back on. I've got to gear up. I've got to spend my energy again. We've rested, and now we're back out in the world, and we're taking the next step. It's very practical. Very foundational. I think that it's not about the quick wins, but we can build up our confidence by making every day a little win, stacking the wins up, right, to help us build momentum. And I think that this week you're trusting in yourself, you're believing in yourself, that what you're beginning, what you're planting, what you're doing, the steps you're taking are leading to lasting results, that they have long-term potential. Okay? I think this is a gift. I think Spirit is giving you a gift of another opportunity to challenge yourself, to push a little bit further and expand your world a little bit more, to make a little bit more progress on your path this week. I think you're, after a little rest, after a nap, you're taking advantage of this opportunity. You have the Star card too, by the way, which is, to me, it feels, because it's your superpower card, that feels like you're kind of entering like the best version of yourself. I think this is a time where you're realizing what your true potential is. And I think you're really coming to a deeper understanding of your destiny. Yeah. The star is that card of destiny. It is your North Star, right? And I feel like there's really this energy of hope and renewal that are entering into your aura this week, lighting your path. We're seeing that journey from the Knight of Cups, right? The Ace to the Ten of Cups, the seed of the dream, the wish, to the fulfillment of the wish, to the manifestation of the dream. Hope now is like lighting your way. I think you can see that road a little bit more clearly. There's a healing energy here. There is this energy for me of like soothing old wounds. So whatever that Three of Swords is, I feel like this is really like we're sort of coming to terms with something from the past. I feel like we're healing from something from, I feel like, distant past kind of thing, childhood, that sort of thing. So I feel like there really is some kind of closure or resolution to that for you. This is your inner light growing brighter, and you're traveling forward on your path without fear. Yeah. And I think that this is also like after a hardship, after a battle, this is now that renewal. This is that peace. I feel like you're coming to a deeper belief, again, believing in yourself, our squirrel spirit, and believing in your future, knowing that you have a destiny out there and that it has a promise of prosperity and abundance and bounty and beauty for you. I feel like this is you really expressing also like gratitude for the little wins, the small blessings, expressing gratitude for the opportunity that Spirit, the gift that Spirit is giving you to fight another day, to challenge yourself one more time, to be able to, the gratitude that we get to take one more step. Okay. The blessings are going to grow in your life because of that gratitude. This is you trusting in the flow of life, trusting in your destiny, trusting in your star, believing in yourself. Yeah. And the Page of Pentacles is taking all of this energy and is exploring a lot of new opportunities for growth. Kind of prospecting. Okay, planting a lot of seeds and seeing seeing what's going to grow. The Page of Pentacles may be looking for new business opportunities, looking for new ways that we can challenge ourselves. Like once you get the bug here, once you get kind of fired up, you're going to be looking for a lot more opportunities to use that power, to use that fire. You want to create a lot more things. You want to put in effort to a lot of other endeavors or projects or enterprises. Maybe looking for new money-making, the side hustles kind of thing, new side jobs or new art projects. The Page of Pentacles is realizing that we have the potential now to create. Okay, so this might be about work, might be about money, might be about exploring new pathways, right, of opportunities that are opening up for you. This is very practical. This is us kind of, laying the groundwork. And it's really about us kind of sowing the seeds, looking out at all of this land and just saying, I'm just going to keep planting. Because now I feel like I know how to do it. Now I have this, now I believe in myself and I believe in this journey. And I'm just going to keep planting, There's an eagerness, to do more. And to keep growing, right? So you're sort of committing yourself to this process, and I think you're seeing your potential grow and grow and grow. Now let's look at that mystery card. I want this to be, maybe 9 or a 10 of Pentacles, maybe even the Empress card. I feel like it should be some Pentacles. I really do. Because I kind of feel that there is, it might be the 10 of Cups too. I feel like there's a strong, sort of cultivation. Maybe we'll get the 8 of Pentacles or something too. Let's see. The Temperance card, okay. Temperance card. Moderation, avoiding the extremes. I think kind of knowing when to, like we have that alternation, right, between the 5 and the 4. Knowing when to fight and knowing when to fall back. Knowing when to rush forward and knowing when to rest. Yeah, so I think that's a really good energy with this card. Yeah, knowing how to sort of blend our energies and how to use things strategically, knowing when to push and when to wait, when to tinker, when to fight, and when to sort of let things go even, I think that this is about maybe compromise. This is maybe a gentleness. I feel like there's a healing energy here too. So it may be that we're We're realizing that something from the past, right? We have this, we have the Three of Swords. You may be learning this week that something from the past is really just not worth the fight energy anymore. Right? What if we looked at it that way? And what if we said, hey, that this thing is, it's just not worth it anymore. It's not, I'm not going to fight for this. This, maybe the Five of Swords is saying, like, look, this is an empty fight. That, I think, would be a very good realization. If there is anything that you've been putting your energy into, fighting for or fighting against, that isn't necessary. Sometimes the Hanged Man is literally saying, just let go of something that you've been fighting for. And maybe that's part of your Six of Wands. The real win here is just that you're free of this energy back here. Because I feel that there is this healing energy coming in. I feel like you're being told again to be patient. Okay, because I think that this Six of Wands, this win is coming. So it may just be a thing that says, look, don't fight anymore. Now you have to wait. There's nothing more that you can do for this particular thing. Let the result happen, then you can fight. Then there will be time to push and to put in more effort. But right now is a time to wait and see how this win comes about. Okay? So this Five of Swords is saying, there's no more you can do for this one anymore. Just wait and see how it wraps up. Then we can get back to it. Yeah. We're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there is a join button right below. We're going to do an I Ching hexagram. We're going to do some oracle cards. We'll clarify love and money. And we'll do the yes/no coin. Okay? Aquarius, I thank you. I love you. And we're all in this together.